Good morning. You are listening to the Home-Based Business Success Podcast on Hermetic Temple Radio. Good morning, everybody. This is Ralph from GrowWithRalph.com and the Home-Based Business Success Podcast here on Hermetic Temple Radio. And today we are going to be discussing the power of no. In sales, in marketing, in any kind of business, in life in general, we don't like being told no. But in anything, hearing the word no is just the way it is. It's a part of life. It's a part of any business, and cultivating the ability to just hear the word no, shrugging it off, and moving on to the next prospect, to the next customer, to the next potential customer, is how businesses grow. And as we're moving into, 2021, a lot of people out there are considering growing their business. Some people are hoping to expand their business. Some people might be thinking about starting a business, a new business. You may have had a business fail on you already in this year from hell 2020. And if you're wanting to build up a business or expand a business going into the new year, you really have to come to the understanding that a lot of it is mindset. Some factors are beyond your control, yes, like the COVID-19 pandemic, but other factors are within your control, like mindset. How can you build a business online and promote it online even during a pandemic, and have it succeed rather than fail? Well, a lot of that is mindset, and we're going to be talking about that in this next hour, talking about how you can go from melting every time you hear the word no, and instead turn that experience into an empowering experience. Learn to be able to turn hearing the word no into your superpower. And a lot of this information is stuff that I've learned through the books written by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz, particularly Go for No, written by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz, and Go for No for Network Marketing, written by Richard Fenton, Andrea Waltz, and the legendary Ray Higdon. And Ray Higdon has an interesting story, one that really has inspired me in the field of network marketing. He was into real estate at one point in time. He was doing really well, and then the market crashed. And he went from doing very well to just being in debt, and just his life was practically mortgaged. And he was just at his wits' ends. And so what he did is that, according to what I've heard anyway, from listening to him speak, is that he picked up one of the books by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz, Go for No, and he started going for like 20 no's a day. And he got into network marketing, started promoting it, just figured he was going to hear 20 no's a day. That was his strategy. And he learned that from the book, Go for No. And we're going to be talking about that. Why hearing the word no is something that we just have to get used to, really in any kind of marketing, and how you can turn hearing that word no into your superpower. Now, first of all, you have to consider that every yes is made up of all the no's that preceded it. On average, when I was first getting into sales back in the 80s, I was told that on average you have to hear 9 no's before you get to that one yes. And they tried conditioning us in that sales force. They tried to get it through our heads that you're not going to be making a sale, right away. Probably not. You're going to be told no your first time, your second time, your third time, especially if you're a beginner and your sales tactics just kind of suck. You're going to be hearing no a lot. But you just have to learn to push through those no's to get to that one yes. And, one suggestion that really comes from the book, Go for No, is every time you hear the word no, just think to yourself, I'm one step closer to that one yes. And the Go for No strategy that they lay out in the book is actually very simple, but it takes resilience. It takes tenacity to use this strategy. And that is really what sets one up for success, is tenacity. So many people, they melt after hearing the word no, 1 or 2 or 5 or 6 times. And they think, oh, I'm a failure. I'm being told no. There's something wrong with my sales technique. There's something wrong with the product. There's something wrong with this business opportunity. And actually, there's probably nothing wrong with you as a salesperson. You might be a little inexperienced, yes, but nothing that time won't fix, nothing that practice won't fix. And you just have to get set in your mind that you are going to hear the word no repeatedly a few times every day, and make that part of your strategy. What they suggest in the book is go for like 10 no's each day, or 20 no's each day, or set the mark higher. And that way, when you hear the word no, you can just write it down, cross it off your list, and think, okay, mission accomplished. I got my first no for the day, 9 more and I'm done. And turn it into a game like that. And it may sound kind of crazy, but it actually can work. And what Ray Higdon did is that when he was in debt from failed real estate investments and a market that just tanked on him, he got into network marketing. He found a business that he liked, and he just set his mind, I'm going to hear 20 no's every day. And he would sit down with a phone book and a telephone and just cold call a bunch of different people. A lot of people, they ask when they're getting into some kind of a business, where am I going to find leads? Well, you can do it the old-fashioned way. That's one way, just cold calling. Just sit down with a phone book and call a bunch of people or go door to door. And with Ray Higdon, he just did a lot of cold calling. And he shared that he was getting through 20 no's every day, and then he'd quit. And then the next day he'd get up, do the same thing. And after a couple of months, he'd been told no an awful lot. But he also began building a nice team, because every no that you hear gets you one step closer to a yes. And every yes is made up of all the no's that have preceded it. This simple strategy actually was proven once by an insurance company that was complaining because they were having terrible, terrible sales. This is in the book Go for No for Network Marketing. And in it, Richard Fenton shares a story about this one insurance company that decided they needed help. They were only making about 2.5 sales per month. So they hired an expert to come in, and they asked him, look, we've got a big problem here. We need you to figure out what we're doing wrong. And the expert looked at the sales team, looked at their statistics, and just came back and said, the solution is really easy. Your salespeople just aren't seeing enough people. They're not calling on enough prospects, and that's why your sales have been tanking. And at first, the company owners didn't believe it. They were looking for something a little bit more sophisticated, a little more complicated. So the consultant proved it to him. He said, "Look, let me go through your sales team here." And he picked out a team. He chose some people that were really, really good in sales. He chose some people that were really, really bad in sales. And he put together a team that was just a cross-section of the employees that worked at that insurance company. And he gave them the following assignment. He said, I want you to go out into the neighborhood, go door to door, call on people you do not know. So just go door to door, cold calling people, and just when they answer the door, ask them, you wouldn't want to buy insurance today, would you? And that was it. That was their opening line. Not the best opening line, but that's what he wanted them to open with. And he told them, every time you're told no, just shrug it off, just go on to the next door, knock, repeat the process. And that crazy strategy actually began to work. For every time that the people were knocking on a door, they would be told no, on average about 59 times. So every 59 doors that they would knock on and ask the question, you wouldn't want to buy insurance, would you? They would get a no. But on average, on that 60th door that they would knock on and ask that exact same question, they would get a yes. Pardon me, you wouldn't want to buy insurance today, would you? Why, well, actually, yes. I'm in the market for insurance. What do you have? And that crazy strategy worked. And the reason that it works is that the people were just pushing through. They would knock on the doors, be told no, knock on another door, be told no, knock on another door, quickly eliminating the people that were going to say no, and keep right on going until they got to that one yes. And with that strategy, with that flawed opening line being used by both top salespeople and really bad salespeople, just that tenacity, it got them at least a couple of sales per day. So a company that was previously complaining because it was only getting 2.5 sales a month on average, learned a way that they could turn their team members into salespeople that could go out there and be getting 1 or 2 sales every day per person. So a remarkable breakthrough strategy, that go for no. And that's the way it works. A lot of people in sales, they don't want to be told no. And we can be sensitive to that word no. But if we learn to desensitize ourselves, just accept that being told no is part of the territory. Matter of fact, with the go for no strategy, it becomes part of your daily strategy. You get up in the morning, you decide, okay, you're going to be showing your business to 10, 20 people at least. You make up your mind that you're going to hear the word no at least 10 or 20 times every day. And you can pick a number that works for you. If you want to go for 100 no's a day, you can do that. But it gets you in a mindset where hearing the word no isn't just something that happens, it's part of the strategy. You know it's going to happen, you're planning on it happening, and every time you hear the word no, you can just smile, shrug it off, and think, okay, on to that next no, and maybe once you get through 10 no's, you might actually have somebody that says yes. Or if you have, if you're wanting to hear 20 no's each day, you might get 1 or 2 yeses then. Results will vary, of course. Results are not typical in anything. And if you're a fairly good salesperson, then I still think, hearing 9 no's for 1 yes is probably a good rule of thumb. Other folks, it might be more like 1 out of 100, but if you just push through those no's and keep working until you get that final yes, or just set your mark that today I'm going to hear 50 no's, and I'm going to just set my mind that I'm going to hear that word no and keep going anyway. And just learn to push through that no experience and fail your way upwards, as it were. And we are going to take a short break. I'm going to play a song here by Yuri Liamkins entitled The World of No, and we'll be right back after this.
The coldness of power and law. We own some real world of summer days, freedom and love. I see a race for nothing. And if I could, I'd help you somehow. Don't waste your time for fussing. Just try to be happy right now. Well, I ain't no bluebird singing in trees. I'm standing here with the songs to the knees. Oh, I've been falling down so many times in my life. Woo. Your arms upon the moon. You can't even win, no bandit spoon. All efforts will be counted. Can you explain the sense of this game? Though I ain't no bluebird singing in trees, I'm standing here in the songs to the knees. Oh, I've been falling down so many times in my life. Woo! Hey! In my life. Hey! In my life.
World of No by Yuri Liamkins. I like him. He's a Russian artist that sounds a little bit like Paul McCartney, and we get his music through Magnitunes. And some pretty interesting stuff. Now, the power of no, learning how to fail your way upwards. When we start a business, everybody wants success. We focus on success. But actually, failure is how we learn. Failure is many times how we find that first taste of success. We can look back at American history, some very great products that came out, and see that example. Henry Ford with the first gasoline-powered internal combustion engine motor car called the Model T. How did they ever hit at the name the Model T? Well, it turns out it was because Henry Ford had started with the Model A car, and that didn't work out. It went on to the Model B. That didn't really work out. Hit on the Model C, and then just worked his way down until finally he hit on the Model T design, and that sucker worked. And he decided, okay, we're going to build an assembly line. We're going to go for it. We're going to market this. And the Model T was born, but it took a lot of failure before they finally hit that one success. Another inventor, Thomas Edison, the creator of the electric light bulb and other minor classics like that, he was once asked how he found success, because they noted that he didn't succeed every time. He had a lot of failures. And, he admitted it. Yeah, he learned how to fail an awful lot in his business of being an inventor. And he said, well, I look at it this way. I don't think that I've failed 10,000 times. I think I've discovered 10,000 ways that don't work. And that pushes me forward to find that one way that does. So a pretty good attitude right there, and one that entrepreneurs can adopt. Don't think that you failed so many times. Just think, okay, I found so many different strategies that don't work. Now I'm going for that one strategy that does. And then WD-40. Everybody's heard of WD-40. WD-40 stands for Water Displacement Formula 40. Now, that pretty much tells us that before WD-40, there was a WD-1, there was a WD-2, there was a WD-3, and those formulas didn't quite work. Finally, they got to Water Displacement Formula 40, and that puppy worked. And WD-40 was born. So, don't look upon your failures in anything as failures. Think of them as learning lessons, as just milestones along the path towards success. One very inspirational man that I remember whenever I'm facing some sort of failure in my business or having some difficulty in my business is Colonel Harlan Sanders, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Before Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel Sanders failed at numerous businesses. And he just tried a lot of different businesses that just didn't work for him for one reason or another. But he kept trying. He kept right on going. Until finally he got to be, I guess, in his upper 50s. Something like that, and got the idea for Kentucky Fried Chicken. And he started promoting that as a franchise. He shared his recipe with other people, his technique, and it took off. And he pushed it, he worked it, and a franchise was born. And today, we don't call it Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore. We call it KFC, but that's how it came about. Just an old Kentucky colonel that decided he was not going to give up. He was going to keep trying and trying and trying until he found a business that worked. And that's kind of an extreme example of failing your way upward. But yeah, don't take failure for your final answer. Don't take no for your final answer. Just get set in your mind that you're going to hear the word no in any kind of business, and that's not a reflection necessarily on your abilities as a salesperson or on the quality of your product or the quality of your business. It's just that some people are not going to be ready to come into your business or buy your product, or they don't need your service. Doesn't mean you need to take it personally. Doesn't mean that it is a bad business. It just means that that person that you're talking to is not quite ready to say yes to your business. They may never be ready to say yes to your business. So you just push on to the next person, and the next person, and the next person, and just get used to hearing the word no. And you can turn hearing the word no into a game. Just condition yourself to the point where you not only don't mind being told no, but actually you can learn to enjoy it. And in the book, Go for No, they give the example of a child asking for a cookie. It's like when we're young, we want that cookie. And we can go up to our parents, go up to somebody and say, hey, can I have a cookie? No. Can I have a cookie? No. Can I have a cookie? No. The child, a lot of times, will just keep right on asking. And if they don't get the answer they want from one person, they may go to another person and ask the same question. And just keep right on going until finally they wear the parent down and they get that yes. But as children, hearing the word no, usually for most of us, was not a devastating experience. It was just part of the way of life. And as children, we could find a way to make a game out of it. And then as we get older, we just lose that ability. We lose that resilience. And we just learn to become devastated almost when we're being told no too many times. So one strategy is to just reawaken that inner child and learn again how to turn the experience of hearing the word no into a game. And just keep in the back of your mind that every time you hear the word no, you're getting one step closer to hearing the word yes. So, go for no. And don't take no personally. About 7 times out of 10, again, according to the book, Go for No. When you're told no, it's not an attack on you as a person, nor is it a reflection on the quality of your product, the quality of your business, or whatever it is that you are trying to sell. It is just means that person just isn't ready to hear your spiel. They're not interested in your business, not yet. Not interested in your offer at that time. They may be interested in your offer at a later date. They may never be ready for your offer. But it's not an attack on you personally, nor is it usually an attack on your business. It's just that the person just isn't ready yet to say yes. So what that means is, don't take offense. Don't think that you're a bad person, a bad salesperson, or that you got a bum product. Just shrug the no off and keep moving forward towards that one or two yes. Those yeses that will come if you push through those no's often enough in a single day. And again, I think of that insurance company that told its agents just to go door to door, and for your opening line, just ask the question, you wouldn't want to buy any insurance today, would you? Which is kind of a terrible sales tactic when you think of it. But, they were able to, just through pure tenacity, push through 59 no's until they got that one yes on average from a person that said, well, yes, I am interested in buying insurance. What do you have? Can you show me something? And I mean, they never would have found that one person if they had not developed the tenacity and just made up their minds, I'm going to push through this, and if I have to knock on 100 doors a day to get one or two yeses, I'm going to do it. And when you're working online, either doing your social media marketing or whatever kind of marketing that you do, paid marketing, sending out your ads to a bunch of people, you may feel that you're getting a lot of no's. And yeah, there may be a little problem in your presentation, and with practice, you can work that out over time. But even with an extremely bad presentation, if you just have that tenacity to keep pushing forward, learn as you go, keep moving, you will eventually get to those yeses. But you can't just quit after the first 5 or 6 times that you're told no. Because, that just comes with the territory. Just learn to push through it and move forward no matter what. To kind of close this podcast out, Richard Fenton gave a mantra that I found helpful in my reading of the book. It's a mantra that consists of the letters SW repeated 4 times. SW, 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 SW. And what does that mean? It stands for some will, some won't, so what? Someone is waiting. So when you're getting ready in the morning to get up, start promoting your business, start trying to present your opportunity, your product to the world, make up your mind you're going to hear the word no maybe 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, 100 times, however far you want to push it for that one day. And when you hear the word no, just think to yourself, SW, 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 SW. Some will. Some will want your product. Some will want to take a look at your business. Some won't. Some won't want to take a look at your business. Not now. I'm not interested in that. And then just think to yourself, so what? Some will, some won't. So what? What's the big deal? Just push through those no's and keep moving down the line because someone is waiting. And just keep that in the back of your mind. Get through all those no's. Keep pushing forward because someone is waiting that actually does need your product. They actually are interested in what you have to present, and they're waiting somewhere down the line. So some will, some won't. So what? Someone is waiting. Turn hearing the word no into a game and using that mantra, SW, 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 you can actually turn your business into somewhat of a mission. Some will be ready, some won't. So what? There is someone waiting. So keep pushing forward. Don't let your business fail simply because you quit. In online business, the statistics that we hear and see online are terrible. 90% of online businesses fail within the first 120 days. And why is that? Well, yes, there are some scams out there. There are some flawed businesses. There are some flawed business plans. But I think the number one reason why so many different businesses fail is that people get into it thinking this is going to be easy. They hit their first roadblock. They hear the word no a few times, and they feel like giving up, and they do. They throw in the towel. Many times when we're talking about home-based business, online business, our friends, our families, they are not supportive. And that's just the way it goes. I thought when I was getting into online business and my parents didn't support me, I thought, hey, I just, just bad luck on my part. My parents wouldn't support me. I felt sorry for myself. And then I started talking to a lot of other entrepreneurs and found out that's just the way it goes. If you're getting into online business, home-based business, becoming an entrepreneur, most of the time, your family, your friends will be far, far from supportive. And that's just the way it is. They want to try to save you from yourself. They think that you're getting involved in a scam, and they don't even understand the business that you're getting into yet. But they assume if you're getting in business for yourself, any kind of online business, it's got to be a scam. The only thing you can do is get a haircut and get a real job and just build your fortune by that. But many of us, we just don't want to do that. We don't want to slave for other people. We don't want to spend our life working to build somebody else's dream. We want to spend our lives building our own dreams, being financially free and independent, and being in a business that lets us experience that personal freedom of being a business owner and running the show, being our own boss. And when you learn how to do that, you learn how to do it right, you do reach a point where you are secure and you have that independence and financial security. But it does not happen overnight, and many times your friends, your family, they won't share your dream. They won't share that vision. They'll think you're getting involved in something that is dangerous, something that's going to bankrupt you, and they'll want to save you from yourself. And a lot of people will listen to that pressure, and they'll fold. I know I did. The first time I tried starting out at the age of 18 in my first direct sales business. And I thought, well, maybe they're right. And maybe this is a bad company. Maybe this is just a terrible scheme. And I left that company. And just for fun, about a couple of months ago, I looked that old company up online and found out it's still out there, still doing good, even in this age of COVID-19, and still going. And that was 40 years ago that I threw the towel in on that one business opportunity. And had I just learned to stick it out, take the lack of support from my folks and family and friends, and just let it, just shrug it off and keep pushing forward, I could have gone places with that company. I could have learned as I went, but I gave up. I threw in the towel. So many people do that. Learn to be more tenacious. Learn to keep pushing forward. Learn to work to realize your dream. And if you hear people saying no, that's just part of the territory. Learn to get yourself built up to where you can hear 10 no's a day, no problem. 20 no's a day, no problem. 50 no's a day, no problem. Get yourself built up to the point where you actually start enjoying hearing the word no, because you come to realize that after a while, after so many no's, you will get to that one person who is waiting to say yes. So, favorite movie line from Galaxy Quest: never give up, never surrender, don't throw in that towel too soon. Give the business a fair shake, and keep with it. So many people out there say that when they get into a new online business, I'm going to give this a week and we'll see what happens. Or I'm going to give this 30 days. We'll see what happens. Rarely do you find somebody that says, I think this is a great business plan. This is a great business. We got great products. We got a great compensation plan. I am going to make this work no matter what. And that's really the attitude that you got to have. And hearing the word no, when you got that attitude, you just realize that's all part of the game. And if you're using the go for no strategy, illustrated in the books, Go for No and Go for No for Network Marketing, then you realize that's hearing no so many times every day. That's part of the strategy. And you just learn to go with it. And keep moving forward. That's about all for today. We are going to take kind of a partial day off tomorrow. Well, actually, we won't take a day off tomorrow. We got a lighter program lined up for tomorrow. We're going to be celebrating New Year's Eve. So the morning part of the broadcast, we'll just be talking about motivation and considering various sources of motivation. We will play a little bit of music. And then tomorrow evening, about 8 o'clock in the evening our time, we'll start playing some music for New Year's Eve. So kind of a lighter program planned for tomorrow in two parts. Tomorrow morning live at 7 o'clock in the morning and talking about motivation, who provides you with the motivation you need in your home-based business struggles. And then towards evening, about 8 o'clock in the evening, we'll just have a musical format, play some songs, and wait for the new year to begin. So that's what we have planned for tomorrow. Now, if you want to check me out online, see what kind of businesses I am in, maybe partner with me, you can catch me at www.growwithralph.com. That's www.growwithralph.com. And we will catch you later, good people. Have a great day. And remember, don't let no turn you off. Don't let it stop you in your tracks. Don't let your business fail before you even get out of the starting chute. This is Ralph wishing you all a good day.